Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification. The show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
If you want to hear yourself on the show, why not leave us a voicemail? 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8POD.
Stays
For the
Crunchy.
more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever you can.
Stays Crunchy.
And if the pockets is feeling extra chunky, you can put in on this and support our Patreon. It's available at patreon.com/stayscrunchyandmilk. And if you donate at the $5 or higher level, you get an entire extra show each month with even more content coming soon.
Stays Crunchy.
Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrail713.
That could be. That dude is just weird to me. Like, yet another person who only said something to me and actually knew my name when he needed something. That weirds me out. Like, never says hello, but hey, I need some boxes, Anthony. I'm like, what? What's your name?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that dude's name.
Giuseppe.
I'm pretty sure, anyway.
He makes a fine lasagna.
Pretty sure it's Giuseppe.
My Ferrari Magnum got 357 calibers. To bust a sucker's melon like Gallagher. Body chemistry consists of Hennessy, toxic melanin with an adamantium skeleton like Wolverine. Child, my heart pumps kerosene. Son, I spit butane. Burn any bastard you name till I die. And even when I'm maggots, I'ma still be fly. Perpetrator, you're not the one. Your name's not Anthony Hardaway. I'm like a wolf with blood dripping down my fangs. Welcome to it. Stays Crunchy and Milk. Back as you always do it. Yes, he in that rhyme said adamantium and not adamantium. That's his pronunciation's fault, not my own.
Just like what people say, like in the UK, called
Aluminium.
Yep, there you go.
Actually enjoyed that pronunciation. Well, it's a couple words I like the English version of it more than I like the English
I was
version.
watching a YouTube video the other day, and the lady was like, talk about a laundromat. She's like, but some of you in the comments telling me that it should be pronounced laundromat.
Laundromat?
I've never heard it pronounced laundro. What do you call it?
Laundry.
You? You going
Place to get quarters.
I'm going over to the laundromat.
The
It's
laundromat.
laundry. It's laundry. I've never said laundro. I do understand it. I've seen the signs. It's there.
Yeah, I still call it a laundromat.
I don't know. Like,
Because I mean, I'm doing my laundry. I'm not doing my laundro. I guess like laundry is the objects, laundromat would be the place you do the laundry at. I get it, but I still call it the laundromat.
That's some 50s leftover shit right there, where they have weird names for everything. So, no. Laundromat.
I think it's almost a sickness when people just...
Laundromat probably was meant to be automatic laundry or something like that. It probably spread out.
Sounds futuristic.
Yeah. That's some 50s ass space age time shit.
Yeah, it's like some Jetsons bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's a sickness when people just constantly want to be like, no, this is how you do this, or this is how you do that.
Oftentimes, what it is like you'll have people who like will correct your spelling or whatever like that. It's a hiccup in their brain where like it is literally fucking with them.
I have to catch myself sometimes from doing that, especially on social media. Like I was reading something yesterday, and a woman corrected someone else on Twitter, and then in her reply, she herself had
An error.
an error, and I was like, But I'm like, I'm just ghosting the conversation.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like involved. I'm not hopping in here and what maybe like phones autocorrect shit all the time, and I don't catch it. You know, who cares?
Yeah, it is. Unless I don't understand what you're saying, I'll leave it be. Oftentimes I'll be like, Vanessa, what are you telling me?
I know
And she
sometimes
types like a fucking freight train.
I know sometimes I'll do it condescendingly in an argument, but that's kind of on purpose.
Yeah, like sometimes like people write stuff, I just read it twice, like or maybe, you know, it's not killing me a third time.
I try and do that, and if I don't understand it after I've tried it like 3 different times to try and piece it together, I'll just reply with like, what?
Exactly. And that is me and Vanessa's whole relationship together. It's like, And I told her, I literally just told her yesterday we were talking.
I've had to do it to Anthony because sometimes his voice attacks gets all fucking wonky, and I don't understand what the hell he was trying to tell me.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time because if we're not next to each other, like most of the time, it seems like it always is in the car when the most interest or the stuff I'm going to reply to comes up, where you guys say the most egregious things. I'm like, no, fuck this. I got the answer right now.
I just requires comment. Well, in her case, she types real fast, and if she just took a beat before she pushed go, she'd catch her mistake. Be like, just give it a quick read before you push go. Just do that for me. She does not do that for me. She should do that for me. But that is the delight and the joy of relationships, people. Sometimes your partner just type kind of jacked up, and you gotta accept it as a situation.
Speaking of your partner, you gotta let me know the timetable on shit tomorrow.
I gotta figure a timetable out for tomorrow. Cause I know. So basically, you get free at 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Which means I'll be 6:15. I'll be in my car.
All right. We'll work it out. I really, really, really wanted a turntable to film, but I'm not gonna be able to have it tomorrow. But
well, the thing is, like, we gotta go do the. I know this isn't making that. This is between us. Like the trivia.
What time does trivia start?
That's the thing. I don't know, and like I'm gonna have to get food.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna need to eat dinner, and
because of course I deleted that app, I can't check the invitation on it or whatever.
I'm working on it. It's 8 o'clock.
All right.
What kind of trivia are you doing?
Vanessa wants to do Disney trivia for her birthday.
Oh, when's her birthday?
Yesterday.
Oh, happy belated birthday. Oh, that's why you were off yesterday.
Oh, you were off yesterday? I called off yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Well, I knew you were going to be off. I didn't know you were going to be off.
I didn't either until I went to get up and I hadn't slept real well. I think it was, part of it was, I think the weather finally caught up to me a little bit with the constant up and down.
Yeah.
And I just didn't sleep well. And then part of it was I didn't give a shit. So, like, I carried over some sick days into this year for the first time in, like, 3
you
years.
Trump tight when it come today, so, I mean, right now, so
Yeah,
why not?
so I was like, you know what? I'm taking a day. So I just texted my boss. I was like, I got a migraine.
Dan needs a day,
Yeah.
biatch. Is that what you put in to text message?
No, I just said that I was dealing with a migraine and that I wouldn't be in. And I asked him to pray for me.
Oh, man.
I came in today. He's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm great." And he goes, "You look like you're good." And I'm like, I'm well rested.
Yeah. No, we're going to go. We're supposed to go find her sushi burrito out there in Menor. Had all kinds of plans that just went sideways because she still is not 100% back from this damn Spanish flu. I say Spanish flu because literally when they flu test her, they was like, "Oh, that's a variation of the Spanish flu from 1912." I'm like, it's wild y'all know that,
As long as it's not Spanish fly.
no Bill Cosby in my house, bruh. So she is today doing really well. So she was just not 100% here today. But
What are the Spanish? I'm trying not to say Spanish fly. The Spanish flu. What are the symptoms?
It seems just like the flu to me, bruv. But you know, hey, who knows? Maybe it's something special to it I just wasn't picking up on. But she had a physical schedule yesterday, so we was like, let's get that knocked out. When it's all said and done, she's like, "Ooh, I get a free burger from Red Robin for my birthday. Let's go there." And they gave her, and they do Impossible Burgers there, so she was able to get her free burger.
Wait, is she not eating meat now or something?
She's trying her best to kind of hold down a vegetarian lifestyle, yeah. And she does okay. Every now and again, I'm whatever. I'm like, I'm just going to go get some chicken, so it is what it is. But in most situations, yeah, she tries to hold that down. Not bad. So far, so good. And she's down several pounds, so it's like that it's been working. Let's see, what else did we do?
God damn it.
We went to the new weed dispensary in Lakewood. She liked it. She said it was very nice. So basically just kept everything on the west side instead of going all the way out to Menor to find the stem sushi burrito. And we'll probably do that Sunday because me and Aunt got the Doughboys Saturday. 8:15, I think, is what the doors.
8:15?
Yeah.
Well, Isn't? Well, never mind. Are you going out
I thought
there?
they canceled that show.
They did.
They did.
They canceled the show in October and moved it to January.
Oh, I thought it was just like canceled. Like that was it.
And Nicole Byers is going to be here, like I think next week on the 23rd or something like that.
Nice.
I saw Jim Gaffigan's coming, so I might.
I
get
still don't know
tickets
who they're gonna bring on with them because I don't think they've announced their guest yet. So I'm wondering who it's gonna be.
And maybe it's going to be her since she is close, but probably not.
Well, we shall see.
Do you like Jim Gaffigan's clean humor?
I do. I was watching his Amazon special last night, but I admittedly was only half paying attention at the time, so I probably have to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, I enjoy the like fat guy dad humor.
I never realized Jim Gaffigan was a clean comic until it was pointed out to me. It's a funny guy to me, but they were like, he's a clean comic. I'm like, no, I truly did not know that, but sure. It's not a concern to me. He's a funny
He does
dude.
a lot of like food observational
Yeah.
slob type humor.
Probably none of the things he actually is anymore. He probably was that once, but now he's like married, he got a ton of kids. I think don't he got like
It's like 4.
I mean, he's an older dude. He's like in his near mid 50s already.
Yeah, but-
he's like 53. I looked it up yesterday because I was like, when I was watching the special, I was like, I wonder if he's touring. And that's when I saw Cleveland Wolstein Center March 6th. I was like, oh shit. And then I looked up tickets, and like the cheapest ticket after fees is like $45.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy might end up actually going. We're talking about getting tickets Friday.
my man does stadium shows. Speaking of which, you got to see the God, Dave Chappelle, here a couple weeks back.
I was on December 30th. Yeah, it was the day before New Year's Eve.
Cool. New Year's Eve.
I have to say, like, I'm glad that Dave Chappelle managed to find it within himself to do the comeback after everything that happened in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I was watching, I guess he won an award, the Mark Twain Award, and those clips have been popping up on YouTube because I guess he got the award back in October, but like the actual like award ceremony was just airing on PBS like the other day. But I don't watch PBS. I don't even know if I have. I probably have PBS on the rabbit ears, but I saw like some of the clips pop up on YouTube where it's like Aziz Ansari was up there, Tiffany Haddish, Neil Brennan, John Legend, Sarah Silverman. So they were giving like, kind of like little mini speeches about Dave and all this like stories and stuff. And so I found that stuff interesting. But like Dave Chappelle, everything I've ever seen him in, like I've enjoyed. Like I know, like even in Neil Brennan's speech, he talked about how Half Baked sucked, but I love that movie.
It's an okay movie.
And
Like, got still some quotables in it.
yeah.
They look back at it as like young writers and they think I could have done so much better. And the reality of it is they work with what they had and it's pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weed movie, low budget weed movie.
We was literally just cracking jokes about Samson Simpson yesterday, right? On the phone, right? On in message, right? Yeah, so Lord of mercy.
I get about my story.
Oh yeah, I remember. I said I want to throw it all down and get lifted.
Yeah,
But so I know I talked about going to see Louis C.K. last year, and it's funny that I could say last year now that we're like 2 weeks.
I was
into this
thinking
one.
out of my head, but I didn't see it.
Yeah. And so I got to go see Chappelle too. Like I managed so that he was playing at our Playhouse Theater, which is where like all the big New York productions and stuff come.
Yeah, I went to see Mean Girls in that very theater.
I'm so jealous.
Well, if you would have went to Kent State, you could get some free tickets.
Man, that Kent State girl has been all over my Twitter feed lately. The gun girl.
What's a gun girl?
my man Saddle Dog was just talking about on his Twitter feed this morning. I was like, bro, that's what
I
you
had
got.
multiple people have been retweeting that
Woman.
that lady into my Twitter feed. She's like running up on people with a microphone, asking them about like putting tampons in the men rooms and shit. And it's like she's playing herself because she's putting out all the videos where the people are like, "Yeah, that's fine. I don't care."
Yeah, like
So it's like she's like, it's she's not really like showing people that like, yeah, everyone believes me. It's more like she's rallying the few that do. Where like, yeah, look at all those weak people not standing on beliefs of separating bathrooms and whatnot.
I kind of feel like, you know, like in like the movie theater or stadiums and stuff. Yes, men in women's rooms, because like it's so many people peeing at one time. But like you go to a restaurant or something like that, put a toilet in the urinal and everywhere, and just put restroom.
Okay.
Just leave it alone.
Let them cook.
Hey, maybe my ear bleeding one day. Maybe I might need a quarter tampon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stops blood.
I mean, like a place like Chipotle. It's one bathroom.
Yeah.
You get one toilet. Everyone uses that one toilet. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
They just want to, whatever. But
The only caveat to that is, you know, where am I going to find discarded Playboy magazines at?
So
The woods.
I didn't know. I don't know. And I promise I'll get back
Bring
to
it back
Chappelle.
around. I hear you.
But I didn't really. I knew the when she did the shit about bringing the rifle to her graduation and crap like that. So like I just knew who she was from that. And then I did watch the videos that were posted because it was just like 40-second clips.
Yeah.
But then like I'm reading the comments a little bit, and they start talking about how she's the girl who shit on herself, and I'm just like, huh? And then like further down. Sure as shit, someone posted a picture of her passed out in a dorm room hallway, which is like it looked like rocks of horseshit all over her ass. So, the internet is forever, apparently, as we all knew. Like Catwoman, you can't erase the past.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Like, I mean, I can't imagine just having a picture of me out there in the world with shit on me.
Yeah, you're known as the like rifle-toting girl from Kent State, but you're also known as the girl who passed out at a dorm party and shit all over herself.
Yeah, you know
Like,
what?
I crapped my pants when I was in 3rd grade, but there ain't no proof of that, other than me admitting it on this podcast. But you ain't got no visual evidence.
You got to prove it still.
Yeah, and even then, it was like, I was sick, I had diarrhea, so it was like, understandable. This was like,
Lumpy shit.
this was bricks. Like I look at it like, how are you having all that in you? Like to me, I almost feel like she passed out and then someone did that to her.
Like shit on her.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a lot of effort though. Like, I'm gonna do it.
That I'm sorry. That's like the top 10 funniest thing I've ever heard. I'm like somebody passed out instead of just like doing something bad to you, just shit on their back. You can't come back for that. Like if you don't like somebody that much, it's like. That is the ultimate payback.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna pull the picture up and show you guys. We're in a restaurant and all that.
We're at a restaurant
But the picture, I'm just like, I was like, how did you have all that in you? I've taken some pretty colossals before, and like even I would have been like, God damn, how were you packing that? So that's what leads me to believe there was a second shooter.
On the grassy knoll,
Yeah.
boy.
second shooter theories.
Because she's a tiny lady. That would have
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, man.
She still has a
No.
mulligan testis.
Just know.
I'm just saying, like, she would have had to have been holding that for days.
I remember I was talking to one of my ex-girlfriend's sister one day. This was a very long time ago. And she was saying like how she doesn't poop every day. Sometimes it's like a week in between. And she was like a tiny girl. I wonder, like, do they get like compact like that, and then it's like
When it's time to go,
it's time to go.
time to go.
And maybe because she was so past that, she like wasn't in like control anymore, and it just all sprayed out.
Yeah, the ice cream lever wasn't working.
That was some Dippin' Dots. That's the ice cream of the future, the way he described it. It wasn't soft serve.
This was
It was a piece of hay.
This was Snicker bars that had been melted together in the brick Snicker bars.
Oh my God.
So anyway, Dave Chappelle.
How do we make that leap though?
Ohio.
Pretty much. Kent State,
Yes.
Mean Girls.
Yeah,
Kent State girl. There we go. Brought it back around, people.
yeah. So I saw like. I don't really like care for our local magazine, newspaper sometimes because
your free paper.
yeah, like because they always like end up they'll like go on their Facebook page and repost articles from like 2-3 years ago, And then a lot of the news reports turn into op-ed pieces where it's like the author is telling me why like I'm a shitbag if I agree with like certain tax levies, or like how like people are trying to get things passed are crooks, and like I'm like, just tell me what is going on. Don't tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
All we need from you in the back is tell us where we can get a handy at. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, where's your back pages at?
That's all we need. Where the back pages at?
But
Where they at?
they do sometimes come through with like the news, like the short notice news of like, oh hey, this person's coming, tickets are gonna go on sale and all that. Because like that's how I found out about Louis C.K. coming. Because I felt like they were actually trying to stop people from going, and it had the opposite effect. So I'm like, oh, he's coming. And then, like, I was on my phone, and I see, like, oh, Chappelle's coming this day, and it was, like, 3 weeks, like, out.
Yeah.
And Chappelle's got the type of pull where, like, he can announce a show, like, 3 weeks beforehand, and it could sell out in minutes.
Yeah.
Which it did. So, like, I'm on the website, and our Playhouse is run by, like, donations and sponsorships and stuff. So it's, like, their website is fine, but there's not, like, a lot of, like, server bandwidth for it, so it's like when they get rushed for shows like that, there's a lot of crashing.
Yeah.
And I was on their website 45 minutes before the tickets went on sale, so it's like I was in there, I was ready, and as soon as the 10 o'clock hit and I'm trying to get in, the website dumped on me 3 times while I was trying to put tickets in my cart.
That's because I was trying to get tickets to Tony and Tina's wedding, and I couldn't get those tickets.
Man, if I would have known, I would have helped you. But so I managed to get in, and I think people had finally given up after about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I was in, but every time I would click on a pair of 2 tickets in the balcony, they would like go away.
Yeah.
And it was like every time I clicked, they would vanish as I was clicking them. So I ended up having to buy 2 end seats in the very last 2 rows of the stadium, like separate. So me and my buddy were like 3 feet from each other, but like, and that's the thing about a comedy show. You don't need to be next to the person,
Yeah.
like especially if it's just my buddy. If it was like my girlfriend or something, if I had one of those, I could understand. But like, I don't need my buddy to be sitting directly next to me to enjoy the show, which I was planning on going by myself, even if no one wanted to go anyway. So I'm like, this changes nothing for me, and it ended up being like a affordable price considering who Dave Chappelle is. So I ended up getting to see Dave Chappelle, and his show was supposed to start around at 8, but it ended up starting at 8:15 because there were so many people trying to come in, and they were like wanding us all. Like it was almost like going through airport security, and then they had us put our phones in those
Underbags.
bags. Yeah, those are very, very common now. So I'm like, I know the drill.
Somebody got to keep what it's got to be. Somebody got to just keep a dummy one on it. You're like, yes, here's my phone.
Well, the thing is, like, the lady didn't even check to see if I turned it off or not.
Yeah.
So I could have literally just put the recorder on and just stuck it in the bag, and as long as I had
got the audio. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had the audio, which is what they don't want to happen.
You can make a bootleg like rerun.
I mean, so like the problem there too is there was no real ordering coming in.
Yeah.
So it's just a mass of people trying to come in through the door, and everyone's like cutting each other and everything, and so it's
A lot of
like
people may not
it's
know
like
that.
3 lines merging into one security guard.
Yeah.
So it was a bottleneck. So they ended up starting the show like 8:15, and
and all the ushers are like blue hairs, right? It's all old ladies in red coats.
So the ones that are in the seats area, yeah, but the people who were doing door security were all young black kids.
Okay. Well, I guess they had to beef it up.
So then,
This
like,
ain't Mean Girls.
Well, then I got stopped twice. So I got wanded, and like my phone checked to make sure it was in the thing on the way in. Then another guy stops me like 10 feet later and checks me out again. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, he just wanded me. You saw. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Well, next
You
time,
can't
leave your
trust white
ninja
men.
stars at home, man.
We all know at this point. We know who the terrorists in this country are. Gotta double check your ass. Hold on.
Yeah. He looks like he's pissed still that Dave Chappelle quit Chappelle Show.
He burned the LeBron jersey, I know it.
Man, speaking of that, I was watching, so the one half of City Broads, Lana
City.
Glazer,
Yeah.
she has a special on Amazon.
I want to see that.
I watched it last night, and like the stage area looked like it had like barbed wire around it. It was kind of high, and it would look like fenced.
Is it meant to look like she was
No, because
behind wall?
the stage was very plain.
Oh, okay.
It was just like lights. There was no like scenery or anything.
Yeah.
And then when they did like pan out shots, it was like barbed wire looking. I was like, is this what they do in Texas?
I don't know. I tried to watch that shit. I couldn't
It sucked.
finish it. Like, she started twerking on the stage.
It earned every bit of that 2 out of 5 star rating it had.
Like, she was talking about, like, it was just bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You bring it back around to Dave, man.
Yeah.
So, good comedy. So, Chappelle had an opener whose name I couldn't quite catch, but she never heard of her before, I can say that. Yeah. And she was pretty good. She did some Bill Cosby humor and whatnot. Like, it was a solid 10, 15 minutes, wherever she had. Like, I was impressed. I don't remember her name. And I was so high up that I couldn't tell you what she looks like. She was a dot.
Yeah.
The second person comes out, Michelle Wolf.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, she was the second person, of Trump dinner fame.
Yeah, she has a new special on Netflix too, right?
Yeah, she does have a special out. I have not watched it, but this made me want to watch it.
Mm-hmm. I think she's
I had heard of her. I hadn't watched her stuff, but I knew who she was. And so she was on there for about 15 minutes, and so she was pretty good. And then he had a third person come out, our pal Darnell Rollins.
Oh, okay.
I'm rich, bitch. That's how they ended the show, by the way.
And he has on the Degenerates, he has a new special on Netflix too.
Yeah.
What's the Degenerates?
It's like multiple comedy specials underneath one heading.
Okay, no wonder I couldn't fucking find it. Because they advertised, they said it that night that he had a new special come out the next day on Netflix. Yeah. And I went on there and I'm like, I don't see it.
Yeah, so look for the Degenerates and click on it, and then you'll have, I believe it's 5 comedians of all types. It's a very diverse cast of comedians.
And like, it's season 2 of it. And like, they have like, usually I thought it was like people you never heard of. They had like Miss Pat, they had him. They had like a couple people who were like seasoned comedians.
I found a YouTube channel that puts up, they like record comedy specials in their club, and it was called Dry Bar Comedy, and they put up like 40-minute specials of people. It was like comedians I haven't really heard of, but like I've watched like 4 of them now, and they're pretty fucking good. So I'm like, I subscribed to that channel. I'm gonna do a deep dive on that. But yeah, Darnell Rollins came out, and his set like was pretty good in that it wasn't necessarily a long elaborate story of things. He actually came out to Old Town Road. And then he was like yelling at old white people in the front row. And he's like, sing the song, motherfucker. And he's like having a conversation with one guy. He's like, how you never heard of Old Town Road? That shit was at the top of the billboards for 5 months.
People still singing it.
So like Darnell Rollins killed it. Like his set ended up being really good. And then Dave came out, and Dave came out at about 9:15. So each comedian, no, Dave was out there for an hour and a half. Yeah.
Well, I meant it was an hour until.
Yeah. Each opener got 15 minutes because they didn't have like time in between. They just bang 15. Yeah, they each got 15. Then Dave came out, and Dave's shows I don't think are necessarily like meant to be one gigantic like story time of sorts. Yeah. I think Dave just comes out and riffs every single time.
Stream of conscious.
Yeah, he literally just comes out and talks, and because he's such a good storyteller, it comes off as an act, but it's really just him chatting. He just talks about like his life. He talks about the way the country's going. He talks about his kids. He told a story about a transgender friend that he had in San Francisco that took their own life and left behind a kid, and like it was like all these things, and you're sitting there listening to the dude, and before you know it, it's like an hour and a half has gone by, and you just like hang on every word he says. Now there was like, they had explicit signs of like no shouting shit, like no phone use, like all this stuff. But that didn't stop some asshole from one of the boxes from like standing up and like yelling shit down to Dave. And then like
it's always like Rick James bitch or some dumb.
Well,
shit.
No, it wasn't anything like that. It was like something like I love you, Dave, and then something else. And then Dave was like nice to the guy, and then like they were having a little mini dialogue, and then people were getting kind of antsy, and then like I guess the dude's name was Scott. Like, well, because like that's how like it
really went. That was really disgusting.
And then someone in the crowd's like, "Shut the fuck up, Scott." So then Dave's like, "Damn, the crowd's turning on him." Like he's like, "Hey, security, you're gonna have to escort Scott out here because people are gonna attack his ass in the lobby." So then Scott became a bit like a prop throughout the rest of the show.
You gotta lead on that one.
It's like different imaginative things and punchlines and stuff, Scott would become a character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Scott became a part of the show.
Which is probably what he wanted. So there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, the show ended at like around 10:15 or 10:45. I mean, and so I went to go to the bathroom, and then when I came out, because I thought it was like over. Dave was out there, and he was talking about who he plans to vote for in the upcoming election if he can, and like if they get nominated, and it was like talking about a musical act from Ohio that's like really great to him, and how he's proud to be an Ohioan, and he loves living here. And then like Darnell Rollins came out and did the "I'm rich, bitch," and then they played him off.
Nice. That's dope, man. Funny that you talking about people like yelling or stuff. Nicole Byer was just in. What is the city in? Okay, if we're looking at Washington, it's Tacoma, it's Seattle. What's another big city in
Portland?
No, it's in Washington. That's in Oregon. It's a state below it.
I just named it shit that I know is over that way.
It starts with an S. Can't think of it. Anyway, she put a picture up on her Instagram like, this gentleman thought he needed to come up on stage and tell me all about his dick. And finally, I just had to go to the other side of the stage and wait for security to come and get his ass off. And
Wow. Spokane.
Yeah, Spokane. Thank you. And how she always talks about how she constantly has to deal with people just like, nailed it, or, whatever at her shows. And she's like, to the point where she like, she says in fact, she says she starts her shows now and says, all right, get it all off your chest now. That we can just all laugh together and have a good time after the fact.
One of the last episodes I listened to, she was like, she's afraid that somebody's going to scream nailed it at her, then shoot her. Said nailed it. So that's how she's going to die.
Yeah. So she's getting to the point, she's just kind of sick of it. And comedy clubs probably need to do something about it. So, and of course they're not, because she's a woman, and a black woman in particular, and it's like yeah, she goes, they're not gonna look out for me in that way like they would for someone else. I'm like, this is some bullshit, and I'm sorry. She has to suffer through that.
If I was like someone in this all right, in this day and age, because of social media, people like, I wouldn't consider Nicole Byer top tier famous. I know we are aware of her. She does a show on a podcast. I mean, like, fuck, we're doing a podcast right now, and we work day jobs. My point is, though, your celebrity, you become more accessible to people than you would be back in the day because you're more reachable because of social media. Yeah. So these people end up feeling like a connection to you of sorts because like they're able to follow you more readily. So I think you end up with interactions like that because these people end up feeling like they know you or like you're like they're in on it. And I'm just afraid that like there's going to be some other John Lennon type situation.
I kind of feel like because she has like a couple shows on Netflix, and like when you watch stuff on Netflix, I feel like when you watch a show spaced out, it's week to week, but when you fucking marathon the show, it's just like almost like a shot to the brain, and it's just like you gotta wait that whole year and you want it more, and it's kind of like it makes you crazy about shit that you normally wouldn't be crazy about.
Well, like I told you this morning, I finished that Undone show on Amazon. It was only 8 episodes. They were only about 20 to 22 minutes each. And
you an adult, you could do 13 episodes if you wanted to.
No, there was only 8 episodes.
I'm saying like that's the feeling you get.
Oh, well, what I was trying to say, though, was like what you were saying. I watched all of it, and I know they renewed it back in November, but I don't know when the fuck it's coming back.
Yeah. So
it's like, and it left on a cliffhanger. So it's like, I don't know when the fuck I'm going to get that, like, what the hell happens next, because at least with, like, network television, it's like, okay.
September.
Yeah, September, October-ish, that's when the shit comes back. With this internet shit, sometimes like you don't know when the fuck it's coming back until they drop that like teaser commercial like, oh, it's coming back 6 months from now.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know, I'm glad like I'm not like totally engulfed into like social media, because like I know how obsessive I can get about certain things. Like I've been wanting some whipped cheesecake for like 2 days, and that's all I've been thinking about.
Don't they sell that in like containers in the grocery store?
Well, not.
I know it's not like the true thing.
Oh, that's what I want. I want the
Philly,
crappy shit. I don't want no good one.
Yeah, it's like the Philly cheesecake whip in the containers, almost like Cool Whip.
Yeah, not that one. Usually this one has like just like they throw some graham crackers at the bottom of it. Like here, take this dog shit.
No, yeah, like it's like a whipped cheesecake in a cup. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I want some of that so bad. I've been thinking about it, but I didn't give in.
I was like that this morning. I came in, and I've been back on, with the exception of our We Tried episode on Friday. Mm-hmm. I've been back on my normal eating habits. I consider it normal now for me. Since last Sunday, so 9 days now, with the exception of Friday, and I feel a shit ton better already. But I came in this morning, and every month, the one lady in our office, she makes cakes. She always makes a cake for that month's birthdays. Mm-hmm. So I came in today. There's a giant fucking cake sitting up on the front desk, looking good as fuck. But I have not caved.
It did look pretty good, but what turns me off is just sitting there open a little bit.
Yeah. They usually cover it by the afternoon, but
and it's chocolate.
Usually it's in a box that it's covered. I don't know why it's like all solo dolo out there like that. Today was an aberration. It's not usually like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, make some good cakes. Ching ching.
I don't know if you can say it's fine.
I don't know. I like hearing the chings. Yeah, but she makes some pretty good cakes, and she can decorate the hell out of it.
She made a breakfast type cake today for your pho bro.
Okay.
It was mashed potatoes, sausage, gravy, and she put it in a cake container. She molded it into a cake and gave it to him.
That's kind of dope for him.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll watch what I say.
I mean,
Thank you. Y'all might enjoy it, but guess what? I'm the one who got to make it happen. Damn it.
but you get joy out of it, or else you'd be like,
I don't feel like
y'all need to chill the fuck out. You would tell us like,
no, I don't feel like we're saying anything egregious right now.
that they fuck or something.
It's like,
No.
She think a little bit.
after 7
That is
years.
not where I was going with that at all.
7 years of ching ching is a lot.
So they not fucking? You don't think they fucking?
No.
Or did that?
God, the very thought of it.
No, I was
going
going
to
to say, I'm surprised that she would do that for him because sometimes he's an asshole.
Oh.
I don't think he listens to my show, so it's all to the good.
That's why I was careful because at one point he had talked about maybe doing it.
Well, he don't know he the faux bro.
Oh, yes,
He does.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fabra.
The Bob Ross of this bitch. Y'all seen any of the Oscar nominations? Even though I told you how we rotated out the spiral. As I sat here and literally watched it in my head, it's like as we just spiral out.
I know it's award season because I go on Twitter and then I see shit like X black person didn't get nominated over X white person because of X reason, and then the other one I've seen is Adam Sandler didn't get nominated, so he's gonna make another shitty movie. That's what I've seen.
I didn't see that. I did see
I think we had any black movies this year that was like these need to be nominated.
The one that comes to my mind that I saw like last night before I went to sleep was Lupita Nyong'o. Not
in Us.
I guess.
Yeah.
They didn't specify the movie. It just said Lupita.
Lupita
and I know who Lupita is. I know who,
Yeah.
And then it was like, I can't believe Lupita Nyong'o didn't get nominated over Scarlett Johansson
got
for
nominated
something.
twice.
And I'm not trying to make it sound like I have an opinion on the matter because I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of these movies. I have well documented on the show of not giving a shit about these award shows. I'm just saying what I've experienced based on the nominations going out.
all I know is like the Joker fucking sucked. That movie was terrible.
I thought it was okay, but not like, to think it was like amazing and life altering. No,
Like the last.
it was like maybe like in the Wonder Woman ballpark, where like Wonder Woman was fine.
Wonder Woman was actually. I was able to follow it. It was actually a good movie. I was pleasantly surprised.
For a DC movie.
Yes, for a DC movie. And when I seen the Joker, like other than like the shooting in the subway car, the rest of that movie was fucking trash and stupid.
I thought like it was interesting how they like rope-a-doped you with the psychosis and stuff.
Okay, maybe because like I don't know, but like The Last Black Man in San Francisco is a wonderful movie. It was directed by a white guy, but like kind of written by a black guy, and like it's unlike any movie I've seen in a long ass time. Didn't get nominated for anything, but it won at Sundance.
Okay.
Like
I guess this shows you too how how my Twitter feed is.
Yeah.
With who I follow and whatnot. That like I only ever know who gets nominated by the outrage tweets I see.
The only reason I brought this up is I was like, Tom Hanks got nominated for the first time in 19 years. This is all I want to talk about. I love Tom Hanks and was happy Tom Hanks got nominated. That was it. The rest of this, okay, but that's not what I'm here. That's not what I'm here for.
I know, but that's just what happens. And like I get like people are upset and
Yeah.
you know it's always that. It's like that every year.
I'm not upset, but it happens every year. It's like just like with Moonlight, it was like, oh, they didn't expect something like that. Was another movie where like it was unexpected about how good it was.
I guess like my thing when it comes to these award shows that aren't based on competition, they're based on opinion. I feel like if you're going to insist on doing this kind of stuff, just have the people who are in the movies and make the movies and shit make the fucking awards.
That's what happens.
That's like how this works.
That is how it works.
So,
but and that's where diversity comes in. It's like when it's just starting to change, where it is more people of color and women and.
How about everyone with a SAG card? In order to keep your SAG card, you got to vote on the awards.
they do. They vote for the SAG Awards.
I guess I don't know how any of this shit works.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know that is how this functions in many.
I just assumed it was like MTV, where like they get kicked back for certain shit winning, and so that's what it was. Like, well, because you always hear like studios pushing to have the bigger box office shit win, even though it might not have been as good.
Yeah. So
yeah, but that's strangely enough not how it works though. Like the movies that we watched that made the biggest push, like Star Wars and the Marvel movies, aren't really recognized. Like I think they got recognized this year for something, but like those usually are the best movies.
The other one that I remember seeing yesterday was a costuming where like the lady who did all the costumes for Dolomite didn't get.
They said Dolomite got robbed in for best costumes, and I can agree. For when you see what did get nominated, you're like, oh yeah, they could have.
I mean, I haven't watched Dolomite,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I won't. Like I just haven't gotten around to it
Yeah.
because I have come to realize in Eddie Murphy's recent Rebirth how much I actually do very much enjoy his work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the screen caps in the tweet where it showed different scenes in Dolomite, and obviously there had to have been a lot of work that went into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I probably spoke about this in previous podcasts, but I was a huge Dolomite fan, and like, just like when they do most, like, based off truth, like they show stuff side to side and stuff like that, but like, you don't realize how hard it is to like, just people from the ruler to the tutor in 70s garb when like you have to recreate most of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's around here wearing it, and like some things you're going through like multiple decades.
That's why like a lot of the stuff that gets like goes to thrift stores and garage sales and stuff actually gets bought up by studios like that, so they have like age costuming. Like I think that 70s show did that shit where they bought a lot of
a backlog of clothes to fit their bill.
Yeah, I was listening to the book about Dirty John like the podcast and the show is based on, and like the one lady who the story is based on, like she like did redecoration in the houses, and she said she goes to thrift stores and she buys up books and shit that doesn't say anything about fucking or God, just like happy stuff, and like different tones and stuff like that, and just has like all this stuff sitting in storage, and like that's part of what she does.
Yeah.
That's an amazing job.
Well, I just want to give it up to my man Tom Hanks for getting nominated for Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I knew when I seen that train scene that he was gonna get a nom.
Man, he's a fucking amazing actor. And
I think part of it is he's such a nice guy. People love him and pull for him.
Bruh, when there was this black interviewer, and there's in particular, I say black interviewer in particular because he was from Oakland, and he was talking to Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks from Oakland. They were doing the Toy Story thing. So Tim the Two Man Taylor sitting next to Tom Hanks, and the interviewer brings up to Tom Hanks because he know he's from Oakland, like talking about, do you play spades? And Tommy's like, no, but I played bid whist now. Or bat now. I came up there. We was doing this, that, and the third, and Tim the Two Man Taylor sitting there like, I don't gamble. I don't know what you're talking about. But at this point, these motherfuckers, the black dude and Tom Hanks, is off like a shot. They thinking about Oakland and bid whist, and it's just such a good vibe, and it's like, that, like you're saying, he is. It's
He's
not
just a
that
natural person.
He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I like too that he roots for Cleveland
Yeah.
because he did a movie here back in like the 70s or 80s.
No,
or something.
he like did a playhouse here. Like,
Yeah, that was it.
I wish you guys listen to WTF more, cause like John Goodman was on there one day, and they were saying how like us all these small parts. Like he was like, I spent years in Ohio just doing plays, and like in small towns, and like Tom Hanks did the same thing here for years, and just
Yeah, because I remember when the Indians were in the World Series a couple years ago, he was hosting SNL, and like he ended the show with like Go Tribe or something like that.
yeah, I fuck with Tom Hanks. Like he's a pretty good part of my childhood.
bosom buddies, man. To
Bosom
my heart,
buddies.
To my heart, man. I'm telling you, yeah.
Be big. That movie was so great.
Also, just want y'all to know, my listeners who are not from Ohio, who don't understand our Broadway situation. Cleveland is where Broadway plays come. Cincinnati is where they have a large Shakespearean situation popping. They have Cincy Shakes. They actually have a whole company just dedicated to Shakespeare stuff. That's why people come here to do a bunch of plays, because we are from stem to stern full of theaters for people studying their craft, and we're very good at it. And I think it's pretty fucking dope that this town has that, and I think it's weird that y'all sleep on it.
Yeah, I go to. A matter of fact, I should go look up a play, but like once a year we go to like the Beck in your city,
Yeah.
or we'll go to the Obama Theater, and that shit be serious as hell. Like they be taking that shit serious.
I'm always amazed when I go because I spent a lot of time at the theater this past year.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, and like I'm amazed that like it's really like an event. People go there, they get dressed up. Like that's their night out on the town is
Old
going to
people
our
take that
theater.
shit serious
Yeah,
as fuck. And they be having wine and shit there. Last one I had, I didn't know this was happening. They got butt naked on the stage. They take it serious. That lady has some abs.
We also have Cleveland Public Theater, which is kind of on the Midwest side. So like, again, a lot of places around this town you can get your plays on, and just different stage productions. So I respect the hell out of it, and I just want you to know that. And also, come on, man, I love Cleveland. Y'all know this. It's literally the tagline of the show. But it's getting around this time. We got to go back to the hustle. I want to make it a point to say to you all listeners that we have a Patreon. It's a pretty goddamn good Patreon. And if you want to help the show out, and you got a little couple bucks to spare, patrons at the $5 and above tier get extra shows. They get a show that Dan hosts is called We Tried. It's a show where we literally test various foods and snacks and the like. It's real good.
lately it's been a little wee awkward, but
he's dealing with being on the camera because those are filmed. We actually do. You both get audio and film with those.
well that
now.
but it's like we're all crunched up on my couch together.
Yeah.
And like I have no room to move, and like we're
talk with
we're
your
side by
hands?
side, so it's like I can't see the people I'm talking to on the other end.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress.
But in reality, he's talking to you, the listener, and he loves you a lot. And it really is a delight. Like I said, so you get that, you get those shows. We got videos going up. We got shows that Anthony and Gabe are working on. We got shows me and Box working on. More stuff coming down the pipe because that's what we try to do for the patrons. So it's a lot of stuff back there for you to get a hold of, and it really helps out the show if you would consider throwing your support our way over there. It's patreon.com/StageCrunchyMilk. And it's pretty freaking dope. Also, get out there and review the show. You can go to ratemypodcast.com/skim. Easy as that. And it'll take you right where you need to go to review this show. So breeze. I'm telling you right now, we made it as easy as possible. We're really trying to make a bit of more of a social media push, which is hard on your boy because sometimes I just don't feel like fucking around on Twitter. But I've decided to try to spread it over all the various social feeds we have, and maybe that'll help make it a little easy for me. Because who knows? But I'm working on it, working on some things. And so that's popping. And we doing a damn thing. And I want you, the listener, to help out if you can. If you can't, no worries. No disrespect. We always, every Thursday for 7 years, it's been there.
I'm not gonna let you slide like he will. I want your help.
Well, hey, every Thursday, 7 years, the show goes up. It's right there.
I mean, it's the New
Do your
Year's.
thing.
Can't you do a resolution where like you resolve to listen to the show every week and tell one person?
I just want you guys to be natural.
Be yourselves. Stay beautiful.
Yeah, like just give us some feedback every once in a while. Do it by June.
I guess, like, I just want to end this show with saying congratulations, Sleeperhead, on the birth of your child.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Word up.
How was your new baby Skim doing? You gonna name it Skim? Middle name?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's okay.
Just merge our names together into one, and that can be the middle name, or maybe the baptismal name.
Let us know which one of us is the godfather.
That baby.
I'm not that baby, Pappy.
Yeah, D-A-T? That baby?
That's Tatum 216.
Congratulations.
That's Lunchbox 2099.
In the building.
I am the Internet Stereo 713. You just from podcast. Don't know you loved it. Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.